The Corbin Burns trade market appears to be heating up. This coming from Jeff Passan today, Friday, December 1st, as he gave us a winter meetings preview. And in that preview, he talked about how the Milwaukee Brewers have engaged teams in recent days on Corbin Burns. There was the announcement weeks ago from Milwaukee that pretty much everybody is available. And since then, all that's happened is they have non-tendered Rowdy Tellez, Brandon Woodruff. No trades have gone down. Nothing has really sparked and fired up the trade rumor mill. But this is our first indication that they're serious about moving Burns. And think about it, guys. The way the arbitration process went with him last year was awful. You can't repeat that. If the Brewers aren't going to extend him, and Scott Boras isn't going to allow that. Scott Boras wants this man to reach the open market to get peak dollars. Then you have to explore trading because you can't go through it again next year. You know that rough patch during the season is going to be brought up by that front office, and it is going to further. It could derail Corbin Burns in 2024. So let's get him out of there. I have 3 trade partners that I believe we can build damn near perfect trades for. So we're going to go through that. Orioles, Red Sox, Dodgers, you're up in this one. All 3 teams need starting pitching. All 3 teams are going to be looking to make a run. Red Sox want to get back in it. Hear about all of the rumors that they are linked to pretty much everybody. So Corbin Burns to Boston makes sense. The Orioles, I don't think they're going to go spend big for a free agent. So a trade is possible. They have a ridiculous amount of wealth when it comes to position player talent. So maybe they can dip into that. And the Dodgers need to make improvements. So we're going to get into these. I want you to comment below. Let me know what your trades are. If I don't have your team listed here in the rundown and you want Corbin Burns, make sure to say something down below in the comment section. Give us your trade. Let the community know what it looks like for you. And as always, make sure to hit that like if you enjoy your time here. We have a strong like goal of 1,000. So make sure to hit that like if you want Corbin Burns and if you want to support the video. Let's get into this thing. Let's start with the Baltimore Orioles as the trade partner for Corbin Burns. Take a look at this rotation. Bradish, Rodriguez, Means, Kramer, Irvin. Somebody's got to go. And let's boot out Cole Irvin. Look at this rotation with Burns and Bradish at the top. That's nice. Grayson Rodriguez is your 3. Means is your 4. Kramer's your 5. Orioles fans, you start getting excited, thinking that, this is different. This is big time. Let's make it happen. Now, let's address the trade values, dollar value for Corbin Burns. This is the only time we'll bring it up. $33.8 million. So we are going to be using baseball trade values to try to build fair trades here. Want to bring up his value. Again, it's the only time we'll bring it up. We'll reference it a few times, but that's so you know what we're talking about. So let's do our very first trade. What do you have to send to Milwaukee? I believe you're going to have to send pitching, and I believe you are going to have to send a bat that can help them in 2024, because even though they're trading Burns, I still believe the Milwaukee Brewers are going to intend on competing in 2024. So this is not going to be Corbin Burns for a bunch of prospects. And if you're the team trading for Burns, do you want to give up a bunch of prospects anyway? Because you know this is a rental situation. So let's do it. What is our trade? Orioles get Corbin Burns and only Corbin Burns. The Milwaukee Brewers get D.L. Hall and Ryan Mountcastle. I know many of you thought I was going to say Santander. Many of you thought I was going to say Mullins. But upon further review, the Brewers don't need outfield. The Brewers called all their outfielders up. The Brewers need corner infield, third base, first base, pick one. Ryan Mountcastle as your first baseman. D.L. Hall inserts into that rotation right away. The Brewers look pretty good, and there's there's years of control with Hall and Mountcastle too. This is a great trade, in my opinion, for both. DL Hall's in that rotation. You get him into that pitching factory. Any struggles he's had with Baltimore melt away. And again, Ryan Mountcastle could hit 25, 30 homers for you. Milwaukee, that sounds good, right? I like this trade for both. Let's put it into the baseball trade values machine. Let's get the gears going. Are we going to have a good trade here? We got 32.3 in value between Mountcastle and Hall. And remember, Burns was 33.8, so we're looking good here. We have a fair trade, Orioles and Brewers. I would love to know what an Orioles fan thinks about this trade. Are you good with this move, or are you a little reluctant to give up those years on Hall and Mountcastle, and you'll just let Burns maybe come to you via free agency? But remember, Orioles fans, be honest with yourself. John Angelos is not going to pay the dollar amounts and the years for Corbin Burns. This is your chance to make an impact, because Angelos isn't going to pay for it. Let's move on to the Red Sox. Look at him in a Red Sox hat, looking clean, looking good, Corbin. Let's take a look at the rotation. Not so good, not so clean. Sale, I don't know. Don't expect any more than 15 starts. If you set the bar at 15, you shouldn't be disappointed. Pavetta's your 2. Bayo is the 3. I like Bayo in at a 3 right now. I think Bayo projects to be a top of the rotation guy, but right now at this point, yes, right there in the middle. Good. Cutter Crawford, Tanner Houck, something needs to change. And what is it? You need Corbin Burns at the top. Burns, Sale, you slide Pavetta down. Bayo, Houck is out of Houck and Crawford, the guy I would like to see get the opportunity. This rotation looks better. And this is not where it would stop. I still believe that the Red Sox firmly in the mix for Yamamoto and other starters. Jordan Montgomery, that might be possibilities too. So it could be Burns, Montgomery, Sale, Bayo, and Pavetta, and Houck's in the bullpen, or maybe not on the team anymore. Let's build the trade. Red Sox get Corbin Burns. Brewers receive Cutter Crawford, Blaze Jordan, Shane Drohan. We're going to send 2 pitchers, one that you're going to insert into the rotation right now, Milwaukee. You get your corner infielder that should be able to make an impact in 2024. Blaze Jordan was at AA last year, so he probably starts the year at AAA. But if he's hitting, give him a month and a half. He's on the major league roster if he's able to hit at AAA, which, again, he's been coming up through the Red Sox system. Red Sox fans, this is somebody you've been eyeing. And I think you'd be hesitant to do this, but Blaze is at AA. The team needs to bounce back now. Burns would be a massive addition. And Drohan's somebody that maybe you're a year more away, but you get somebody for right now for that rotation. You get a corner infield player with some pop, and you get Drohan. This feels like a good trade. Now, I think Red Sox fans would say this is an overpay, which is interesting because we're going to work this into the baseball trade values, and you can already see we got a Cutter Crawford value at 24.4, which actually seems kind of high. Blaze Jordan at 2.2, which feels kind of low. And Drohan is at 2.2, but the Blaze Jordan seems low. The Cutter Crawford seems high. We are at a 33.8 to 28.8. We get a value. We get a minor overpay, not overpay on the Red Sox side, overpay on the Milwaukee side. The way this thing works out, they got to change this. It's a overpay if you're on the Milwaukee side trading Burns for prospects. That's how you got to set your mind around this. So it doesn't really work, but I argue that the values are off. I believe Blaze Jordan value should probably be at a 12, not a 2. Where's Robbie Hyde? Robbie, call up your boy. I think Blaze Jordan needs to be reevaluated. I think Blaze needs to be at a 12. And in Cutter Crawford, you can knock him down maybe 5 or 6 or 7, and then you get to where maybe this trade's a little bit more balanced. So Red Sox, Brewers, little bit of a discrepancy in the values and the actual, how this trade grades out. But in the end, if we can make those adjustments, think that this trade works. It works for both sides. Let's go to the Dodgers. Final team on the board here. Let's take a look at things. We got Buehler, Miller, Pepio, Yarbrough. I'm stuck. And Sheehan. Obviously. What do we got to do? Yarbrough's out of there. Bueller, Burns, Miller, Pepio, Sheehan, Dodger fans, control yourself. I'm sure this is exciting to take a look at it. Now, I want to address that, yes, I understand the situation that there is. We'll get to that in a second. There are the May and the Gonsolin situation looming for 2024, how they fit in. We will wait and see, but let's not wait and see on May and Gonsolin, two guys that are now, quite frankly, injury prone, and let's go get a workhorse. And then maybe you bring Kershaw back in the summertime and things are looking good. It's the opposite of last year if you're the Dodgers. Last year, the Dodgers seemed like they were running on fumes with their rotation. Now you're building something strong with Bueller, Burns. You bring Kershaw back. Maybe May and Gonsolin work their way back in. Miller, Pepio, Sheehan. All of a sudden you have a wealth of pitching. So let's work this thing out. Let's get it going. What's the trade going to be? Dodgers get Burns. Brewers get Miguel Vargas. There's your bat for 2024. And Kyle Hurt, a pitcher, 12th in the Dodgers system. That looks good. This is a good pitcher. This guy's got a great K rate. He fits in. You just put him in. Again, you put him in that. You get him in that pitching factory, and Kyle Hurt can do some pretty good things for the Milwaukee Brewers. And again, you get your corner infield bat with Miguel Vargas. Helps both sides. Let's work it into the baseball trade values machine. We fire that thing up, and we got a 34.9 value going to Milwaukee, matching the 33.8 value that would be going to the Dodgers and Burns, and we have a fair trade when all is said and done based on the trade values. And I like the values that are assigned to those Dodger players that are sent to Milwaukee. I have no discrepancies with that. Really, the only one was Blaze Jordan for that Red Sox trade. What's your trade? Dodger fans, do you like this? Is it too much? Is it Brewers fans? Is it too little? Where are you with this? Brewers fans that are grading these trades out, what's your favorite trade? If Burns is on the move, which according to Jeff Passan, Milwaukee's stepping things up. If he's on the move, do these packages, do any of them work for you? Which one do you prefer? Would you like him to go to the American League? You don't want to deal with the Dodgers. You want him to go to the American League. Comment below, Brewers fans, let me know. Dodgers, Red Sox, Orioles fans, comment below. Let me know what you think about this. Let's get the chatter going. We want to get over 100 comments on this thing, so I would love to hear what you have to say. And if your team's not here and you want Corbin Burns, because there are other teams that will be in the mix for Corbin Burns. There is no doubt about that. If I didn't bring your team up here, comment below. Speak up for your team on behalf of your fan base, and what's your trade? Burns is probably on the move, folks. Where? That's the question. But we do have, in this video, 3 really good trades and really good fits to analyze. That is going to do it. Ballcap Nation, I salute you. Thank you guys for coming in, supporting the video. Make sure to hit that like on the way out. Subscribe if you haven't yet, especially if you made it to the end and you're not a subscriber. I want you to stay put. I want you to come back. I want you to be here for all of the future content as things are getting wild and crazy with the winter meetings and this December that is certain to be remembered when it comes to baseball's off season. Guys, thank you again for coming in. Ballcap Nation, I salute you for a second time. Stay close to the channel, everybody. Remember, if it's high, let it fly, and if it's low, let it go.